Hello, Corky Alexander here, beginning guitar. We'll be talking today about chords, technique, voicing on chords. Now, I trust you've gotten where these basic chords, A, B7, C, D, E, and F, are all sounding out without any dead notes. Some, in this case, are not intended to be strummed. In the F, you're not going to hit this open D. You're not going to hit those, you're just going to hit from the D string down, so on the F, okay? And the G. And you play it that way for various reasons. Okay, the decisions that you make about which strings you want to sound out, like bar chords, they answer the problem of things like what we had in F here. You don't want to sound an A or a E unless you want a particular voicing, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. So you would go to a bar chord by barring the whole first fret and then forming an E behind it. And it's an E form bar chord, F sharp, G, A flat, A, B flat, B, C, that's where the guitar changes up, C sharp, D, okay? That's an E form bar chord formed with a bar and like an E chord behind it right there. Okay, an A form bar chord is everything barred, and then you're making an A. Now in this case, a lot of us, we're not able to sound out that last note until we get up high. Okay, so that's an example of sometimes there are unavoidable dead strings, and sometimes you're going to damp to get dead. You hear that a lot in oldies, you know. By pressing and loosening the strings, I'm doing a particular type of damping or muting. A lot of Del Shannon songs, things like that, for that type thing in oldies music. We don't do it a lot today, although we do it in different ways. Like, you know, you might lay your fingers across all the strings and you do a rhythmic thing, especially when you're playing solo on acoustic, you know. All right, well, I hope you learned E form, A form, then there is a E minor form, like an E minor chord, F sharp minor, G minor. I'm making I saw where Gary Talley was showing, he's of the Box Tops, how you can form by just pressing down the top without even using your back finger on a B minor. That's how much pressure you want to be sounding out. But anyway, A minor form, B flat minor, B minor, C minor, D flat minor, D minor, E flat minor, E minor, F minor. Okay, it's an A minor form. If you add technique to that, and you're up here in the G minor 7th, I'm dropping the middle note out to make it a 7th, and you do a hammer on, you get the Doobie Brothers hook like this. Okay, and so that's how you see the use of a different type of bar chords. And it goes on the bar chords. Sometimes you'll play chords like this is an F sharp minor, but it's got some open strings in it, you know. Sweet Melissa by the Allman Brothers. You hear Johnny Mitchell do this a lot with these chords that have these open droning strings. It gives a dulcimer effect. Things like that. So anyway, that's bar chords. You need to be getting 2 bar chords. You need to be sliding bar chords. Sliding bar chords, hammering on bar chords as I showed you. And there's even pulling off of bar chords on different occasions. Okay, we'll talk about the capo a minute. Different reasons to use a capo. Primarily shouldn't be used as a cheat, you know, because you want to strengthen your fingers, you know, and I killed my hands playing Southern gospel music and all those E flats, you know, where I was like forming a C form. That piano, you know, was in all those flats, you know, and I was playing a lot of bar chords in Southern gospel music, even though people like Dottie Rambo wrote them all in guitar chords, so it really wasn't true. A capo, okay, different reasons to use a capo. James Taylor, in Fire and Rain, okay, and you see you'll have to adjust your capo. What kind of capo should you use? I'm glad the elastic ones are not popular anymore. The way James Taylor does that A, I think, is like this, and he actually puts that first finger because he wants control over that. You hear a little buzz in there. But anyway, he's playing the key of C, but he's forming A chords, which if this were a A form bar chord, it'd be like that, and there's your bar, and he's playing open strings. Okay. The Beatles and Here Comes the Sun. It's also in the key of A. George Harrison goes way up here. Later Badfinger goes up here to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th fret. So he plays that in A, and by doing so, he uses a capo to get a kind of a mandolin effect. A lot of folk music utilized capo. Paul Simon used capo a lot. Winter's Day, on a deep and dark December, I am alone. So there's different reasons to use capos. The biggest one that I've found is you get more open strings by playing open chords, especially on acoustic. Okay, use of the capo. Also, there's all kinds of uses of a capo now. They use two capos and give alternate tunings and all that. But that's a little advanced for what I'm talking about. Okay, let's talk about voicing, all right? In voicing, you are stacking the notes and the chords in a certain way that emphasizes a note, okay? Like if I want to emphasize the A note and an A chord, I may play this A, which is by adding that high A note. Theres 3 A's in this chord. That emphasizes the A note. If I wanted to emphasize the E note, play it like that. There's 1, 2, 3 E notes in that A chord. It emphasizes the E note. In the Beatles' Let It Be, and piano is where we really learn voicings because you got 2 hands and you can do a different bass note with your right hand chord. That's why you mostly see a lot of guitar players take up piano. When they go back to the guitar, they're able to do a lot more voicings. When the Beatles did Let It Be, the last chord of the song is a C with an E bass. Now, the E note is in a C chord, and there's 3 of them now. 1, 2, 3. So, in these cases, we've added whichever note we want to emphasize in the chord. We want to make sure there's 3 of them in there and people hear them better, okay? Voicings like Don't Let Me Down. Okay, that's emphasizing the 3rd of the E. And by doing this is kind of a bar. And use these things a lot, and there are a lot of double stops. Like I use them a lot. I'm in key of C right now. So there's the double stops. And you can slide them. Oh, very common in popular music and gospel. I'm playing 2 notes at a time. And this is very common in popular music. So voicings are the way, so there are different chords. Like for example, this form of G has 3 G notes in it. If I want to emphasize the D note that's in a G chord, I might make this one. In the key of C, if I want to emphasize the G note, which is also in C, I might add that little high G there to the C. Or, like this, by hitting that G. Okay? So that's voicing. All right, that's all we're going to do right now. Enjoy your day. Corky Alexander, over and out.